The density test. In accordance with EN 12350 Part 6. This training video has been produced by the Institute of Concrete Technology in partnership with Brett Concrete, Delman Readymix, GCP Applied Technologies, Hansen, LKAB, the MPA and BRMCA, QSRMC, Sika, Talent Concrete Training, Tarmac, and Testing and Consultancy Services. Always wear the appropriate personal protective equipment when carrying out any testing with concrete. This includes safety glasses, protective clothing, gloves, and safety boots. Ensure that you have all the necessary equipment available and that it is clean and serviceable. The smallest dimension of the container must be at least 4 times the maximum nominal size of the coarse aggregate in the concrete, and not less than 150 millimeters. The volume of the container must also be at least 5 liters. The container must be calibrated to determine its volume before carrying out the test procedure. The concrete sample must be obtained in accordance with EN 12350 Part 1, and before testing, the sample must be thoroughly remixed. Ensure all the equipment is damp but not wet with free water. Weigh the empty container and record the weight to the nearest 0.01 kilograms. The container should be filled in 2 or more layers, depending on the consistence of the concrete, except for self-compacting concrete, which must be filled in 1 layer only. Place the concrete into the container to the appropriate level for the first layer. Tamp the layer at least 25 times, uniformly over the cross-section of the container. Compact the layer throughout its depth, but using care not to damage the bottom of the container. Tap around the sides of the container smartly with the mallet until no large bubbles of air appear on the surface and depressions left by the compacting bar are removed. For all the subsequent layers, fill the container to the appropriate level for each of the layers. Compact each of the layers at least 25 times, uniformly over the cross-section of the container, avoiding any significant penetration into the previous layer. After compacting each layer, tap around the sides of the container smartly with the mallet until no large air bubbles appear on the surface and depressions left by the compacting bar are removed. After completing the final layer, finish it smoothly with the steel float or trowel. Skim the surface and rim with the straight-edged scraper. Completely clean the exterior of the container. Weigh the container filled with the concrete, recording the weight to the nearest 0.01 kilograms. The density of the concrete is calculated using the following equation, where M1 is the weight of the empty container, M2 is the weight of the filled container, and V is the calibrated volume of the container. Express the calculated density of the concrete to the nearest 10 kilograms per cubic meter. The following information must be reported on completion of the test. reference to the standard EN 12350 Part 6, identification of the test sample, the location of performance of the test, the date of the test, the method of compaction, the calculated density of the fresh concrete in kilograms per cubic metre, any deviation from the standard test method, and a declaration by the person technically responsible for the test that it was carried out in accordance with the standard, except as noted above. The following information may also be reported on completion of the test if requested: the temperature of the concrete sample at the time of test, the time of the test, and the specified consistence class or specified consistence target value. For further information on the ICT's Concrete Field Testing Technician Certification Scheme, please visit our website